Y'all, stop what you're doing. Put your phones on silent, lock your doors, and pay attention. Because the Hollywood we thought we knew just died tonight. For years, we've been hearing whispers about the elites. We've heard about the secret rooms, the blood oaths, and the price of fame. But we never had the proof.
Until now.
Diddy, the man who knows where every single body is buried in this industry, has finally broken his silence. And what he just confirmed about Nicki Minaj isn't just a scandal, it's a cultural assassination. A leaked footage has surfaced, and it's not a rumor, it's a reckoning. It shows Nicki, the queen of rap, in a room she was never supposed to be in, making a deal that will make your skin crawl. This isn't about rap beef anymore. This is about a betrayal so deep it's going to fracture the culture forever. If you think you're a fan, you're about to become a victim of the truth. But before I show you the receipts that Diddy just validated, you need to understand how we got here. Because this trap? It was set years ago. To understand the footage Diddy just confirmed, we have to look at the new Nicki. Have you noticed the shift? The woman who once stood for the outsiders, the woman who spoke against the system, suddenly became the system's loudest cheerleader. For the past few years, the industry has been watching Nicki Minaj walk a very dangerous line. It started with small ripples, odd tweets, distancing herself from the LGBT community that built her, and then the full-blown MAGA switch. People called it growth. People called it freedom of speech. But Jaguar Wright warned us, didn't she? She called it something else, a transaction. You see, when you're at the top, you have a target on your back. And according to insider sources, people who were in the rooms with Diddy during his peak power, the elites don't just destroy you when you become too big. They offer you a choice. Fall into irrelevance, lose your wealth, see your family dragged through courtrooms, or join the table. Nicki Minaj has always been a fighter. A street-smart queen from Queens. But even a queen gets tired. The background of this drama is littered with the bodies of careers that didn't comply. Look at the history of her public disputes. Every time she fought a celebrity peer, she wasn't just defending herself. She was being pushed closer to a different kind of power. She wasn't fighting for the culture anymore. She was clearing a path for her own survival. And that brings us to the man of the hour
Diddy.
Currently facing the most intense legal battle in Hollywood history, Diddy has started to realize that the elites, the very people he served for decades, won't protect him anymore. And in this industry, when a man like Diddy feels abandoned, he doesn't go down alone. He burns the whole house down. In a leaked recording from a high-level legal consultation that found its way into the hands of independent journalists, Diddy's voice is unmistakable. He was heard saying, "They think I'm the only one? Go look at the tapes from the 2024 summit. Go look at who was sitting next to the board. Go look at Nicki." The summit he's referring to isn't a business meeting. It's a private, invite-only gathering of political power brokers, tech billionaires, and industry gatekeepers. It's where narratives are written. It's where the plan for the culture is decided. Our investigation has reconstructed the timeline, and the pieces fit perfectly. Right as Nicki's chart dominance began to wobble, and right as the legal pressure on her inner circle intensified, she was spotted at a private airfield in Wyoming. The same day the elites were in town.
But why now?
Why is Diddy confirming this today? Because the receipts are no longer just whispers in dark hallways. They are digital files. They are eyewitness accounts from former staff members who have finally stopped being scared. The tension between Nicki's old self, the fearless, unapologetic artist, and this new, calculated, political persona has reached a breaking point. Y'all, this isn't just about music or rap beef. It's about how the industry uses our icons to control our minds and our votes. And Diddy just handed us the keys to the prison. But wait, it gets darker. Because the scene in that footage, it wasn't a party. It wasn't a celebration. It was a courtroom, and according to the leaks, Nicki was the one making a plea for her life. The history of Hollywood is written in blood and NDAs. But NDAs don't work when the person who signed them is facing life in prison. Diddy has nothing to lose, and Nicki has everything to hide. This background isn't just context, it's the foundation of the biggest betrayal in music history. The footage Diddy is talking about isn't some blurry cell phone video from a club. This is 4 minutes and 22 seconds of high-definition betrayal. It was captured by a hidden security system in a private, fortress-like estate in the mountains of Wyoming. The date? Exactly 2 weeks before Nicki Minaj made her first radical shift on social media. In the frame, the room is cold, minimalist. It's filled with people you won't see on TMZ. These are the men in the shadows, the ones who own the labels, the ones who fund the campaigns, the ones who decide which artists get to stay relevant and which ones get erased. And then, there she is, Nicki Minaj. But y'all, this isn't the Nicki we see on stage. No neon wigs. No designer glam. No queen persona. She looks small. She looks vulnerable. She's sitting at a long mahogany table, her hands folded, looking like she's waiting for a verdict. And that's when the first voice speaks. It's deep, distorted, and carries the kind of authority that only comes from owning half of Hollywood. The voice says, "The numbers are dropping, Annika. The people are moving on. The next generation of girls is already being groomed to take your spot. If you want the protection of this house, you have to house our message." This is the first major twist. Nicki wasn't there to lead a movement. She was there to be reset. They didn't want her talent. They wanted her reach. They needed a Trojan horse to enter the culture, someone who could sway millions of minds without anyone suspecting a thing. And they chose her because she was the only one with a hive loyal enough to follow her off a cliff. The conflict here is gut-wrenching. You can see the moment the realization hits her. She realizes that the independent career she spent 15 years building was being held for ransom. In the leaked audio that Diddy has validated, you can hear Nicki's voice, barely a whisper, asking, "What happens if I say no?" The response? Silence. A long, cold silence while a man in a suit pushes a thick black folder across the table. Inside that folder? The receipts. We are talking about private recordings of Nicki's past conversations, tax documents that didn't add up, and most importantly, information about her inner circle that could put people she loves behind bars for life. This wasn't a business deal, y'all. This was a shakedown. This was the elites showing her that they didn't just own her music, they owned her freedom. I've seen a fake leaked message from a former member of her security detail, someone who resigned the very next day. The message reads, "She came out of that room a different person. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. She kept repeating, 'I don't have a choice. I have to do it, or we all go down.'" But here's where it gets truly sinister. As Nicki reaches for the pen to sign what Diddy calls a cultural compliance contract, another figure enters the frame. Diddy identifies this person as a high-level handler. This person doesn't say a word. They just place a second, smaller folder on the table. This one is red. Inside the red folder was a list of names.
Peers.
Rivals.
Friends.
People we've seen Nicki collaborate with for years. And the condition was simple. To get the elite protection, she had to stop being their friend and start being their watchman. She had to agree to use her platform to signal boost the elite's agenda while quietly helping them monitor the rest of the hip-hop community. The emotional tension in this footage is unbearable. You can literally see the light go out in her eyes as she signs that paper. It's like watching a soul being traded in real time. This is why her behavior changed. This is why the Barbs suddenly found themselves defending things they never thought they would. It wasn't about politics. It was about a woman trying to save her empire from the very people who built it. Social media is already starting to piece it together. One viral X thread, which Nicki's team tried to get deleted within minutes, showed a screenshot of an old DM allegedly from Nicki to a close confidant. It said, "If Diddy ever talks, it's over. He was there. He knows what they made me sign." And Diddy is talking. He's confirming that he was the one who facilitated the meeting, but even he didn't realize how dark it was going to get. He claims that Nicki's MAGA switch was deliverable number one in that contract. They needed a bridge to a specific demographic, and Nicki was the most expensive bridge they ever bought. But y'all, if you think her signing a contract is the worst part of this footage, you are dead wrong. Because just as she finishes signing, she asks a question that changes everything. She asks, "What do I do about the ones who won't follow?" And the answer they gave her? That's the twist that's going to make you want to throw your phone across the room. Because according to Diddy, the footage shows that Nicki didn't just agree to follow the elites, she offered to help them clean up anyone who stood in their way. She went from being a victim in that room to being an operative. Music swells to a climax. The chat is going to go crazy when the full audio of that specific moment drops. Because if Nicki Minaj is the one scouting for the elites, then nobody in this industry is safe. Not your favorite rapper, not your favorite influencer. Nobody. This isn't just drama. This is the blueprint for how they control us. And Nicki Minaj just signed the bottom line. But wait, because the high-level handler just handed her one more thing. A phone. And on that phone was a video that was already playing. A video of you, the fans. And what they told her to do with that phone. That's where the real nightmare begins. The second Diddy's confirmation hit the dark web, the internet didn't just break. It went into a total meltdown. Within 3 hours, the hashtag the Wyoming tapes became the #1 trending topic globally, despite what looked like a massive attempt by the elites to shadow ban the conversation. But you can't stop the truth once the floodgates are open. And y'all, the escalation has been terrifying. It's not just fans talking anymore. The second shocking reveal, the one that changes the entire narrative, is about the army behind the queen. A major independent data firm, operated by former Silicon Valley whistleblowers, just leaked a forensic report that has sent the music industry into a state of pure panic. The report shows that over the last 18 months, Nicki Minaj's massive social media engagement, the very numbers that made her look like she was successfully leading a cultural revolution, was 80% artificial.
Think about that.
The elites didn't just give Nicki a seat at the table, they gave her a digital ghost army. Every viral moment, every unfiltered rant that seemed to gain millions of likes in seconds, every pro-MAGA hashtag that dominated the charts, it was all manufactured in the very war rooms discussed in that Wyoming footage. Diddy confirmed that as part of her cultural compliance contract, the elites provided her with a state-of-the-art bot network designed to silence her critics and make her appear like a populist hero. She wasn't leading a movement, she was leading a simulation. But here's the reveal that truly changed the game. Jason Lee, the man who has his ear to the concrete of Hollywood, dropped a bombshell during a late-night session that had over 200,000 people listening in stunned silence. He said, "The footage Diddy is talking about? I've seen the unedited version. It's not just Nicki in that room. There were 3 other A-listers. One of them is a man the culture thinks is God-tier and pro-black. They were all taking the same deal." This means the elites have been using Nicki as a distraction. While we were all focused on her tweets and her fighting with other female rappers, the real work was happening in the background. The industry is currently eating itself alive. I've seen a fake leaked memo, allegedly from the legal department of a top-tier record label, that warns all staff, do not, under any circumstances, comment on the Wyoming footage. We are under a level 5 NDA. If Nicki falls, the entire infrastructure of modern rap falls with her. The fear is so thick you can taste it. Celebrity responses have been bizarre. We're seeing accidental likes from major stars on posts exposing the elites, followed by immediate hacks. The backlash is becoming a roar. But the cliffhanger in this escalation? Diddy isn't done. He claims that the footage shows the high-level handler handing Nicki a specific device, a modified smartphone that contains an elite-only app. This app allegedly allows her to receive direct narrative orders from the board members of the summit. And Diddy says he has the metadata. Metadata that proves exactly which tweets were written by Nicki and which ones were pushed to her phone by the elites to be posted at specific times to distract the public from major political scandals. The question isn't what did Nicki do anymore. The question is who is actually running her account. Y'all, we are watching a 21st century puppet show, and the strings are made of fiber optic cables and billion-dollar contracts. But wait, because Diddy just dropped one more hint. He says the reason the elites chose Nicki isn't just because of her fans. It's because of what she knows about the others. He's threatening to release the names of the people Nicki was ordered to monitor. And y'all, some of those names are people we see her with every single day. If those receipts drop, It's not just a career collapse, it's a cultural civil war. And according to the latest whispers from the tech side, the first file is already uploading to a public server. The culture is currently at war with itself. The second Diddy's confirmation went viral, the internet didn't just react, it fractured. On one side, you have the die-hard barbs, the ones who've been in the trenches for Nicki for over a decade. They are flooding every comment section, every thread, every forum with one message. This is a deep fake. They are claiming that the elites, the ones Diddy is talking about, are actually the ones trying to take Nicki down now because she's become too powerful
To control.
They've turned her into a martyr, a hero who's being framed because she dared to speak the truth. One viral post from a fan account with 2 million followers reads, "They couldn't stop her music, so they're trying to stop her soul. Don't believe the tapes." But on the other side, the heartbreak is heavy. It's a different kind of energy. We're seeing thousands of videos of fans burning their limited edition merch and deleting their playlists. One video, which has already hit 10 million views, shows a fan crying in her car, saying, "I defended her when the whole world hated her. I lost my best friend because I wouldn't stop playing her music. And she was just a script the whole time. She was just a tool for people who hate us." This isn't anger, y'all. It's grief. Cultural grief. The industry reaction? That's where the real panic is. I've seen a fake industry alert, allegedly leaked from a major talent agency's internal server. It warns every A-list client to sanitize their social media immediately and avoid any mention of Wyoming or Diddy. The Great Divide has reached the boardrooms. While the public is arguing, the executives are sweating. Major brands are reportedly in emergency meetings, trying to decide if they should drop her now or wait for the Part 2 footage. And the celebrity reactions have been weird. Have you noticed the accidental likes? We've seen at least 3 major rap legends like posts exposing the elites, only for the likes to be removed seconds later with a "my account was hacked" statement. They are scared. They know that if Diddy has the receipts on Nicki, he has them on everyone. But here's what's fueling the controversy even more. A group calling themselves The Resistance, allegedly made up of former industry insiders, has released a fake fact sheet. They claim that the Wyoming footage is being suppressed by a level 5 media blackout. They say that any news outlet that tries to run the raw file is being threatened with billion-dollar lawsuits. This has created a sense of digital prohibition. People are sharing the snippets in encrypted chats, in the shadows, like it's contraband. The industry is divided between the committed, those who are too deep into the elite's pocket to leave, and the exposed, those who are praying their names aren't on Diddy's list. And tonight, the silence from Nicki Minaj herself is deafening. No Queen Radio. No Instagram Lives. Just a pitch-black profile picture that has stayed dark for 48 hours. Is she preparing a defense that will burn the whole industry down? Or is she waiting for her handlers to tell her what to say next? One thing is for sure, the divide is no longer just about liking or disliking an artist. It's about which side of history you're standing on. And as Diddy's timer continues to tick toward zero, the tension in the air is enough to snap a steel cable. The world isn't just watching, it's holding its breath. But wait, y'all thought the contract was the end of the story? You thought Nicki being a puppet was the final twist? You have no idea how deep this rabbit hole goes. Diddy just dropped one last revelation in a cryptic Instagram post that was deleted in exactly 59 seconds. But we caught it. We got the screenshot. He didn't just confirm the footage of the meeting. He confirmed who shot the footage. And y'all, you are not going to believe this. The person who recorded that secret meeting in the mountains of Wyoming, the person who sat in that room and captured the queen selling her soul, was another female celebrity. Someone Nicki considers a sister. Someone who has been on her tracks, someone who has stood on stage with her, someone the Barbs have defended just as hard as they defend Nicki. Music. Diddy's deleted post said, "The call is coming from inside the house. She thinks she's protected by the suit, but she was set up by the dress." This means the elites didn't just shake down Nicki. They had someone she trusted, someone she loved, document the entire betrayal as insurance. This is the ultimate betrayal. Nicki wasn't just sold out by the industry, she was sold out by her inner circle. But here's the twist that is going to keep you up all night. Diddy hints that the reason he has this footage is because the traitor gave it to him.
Why?
Because in Hollywood, loyalty is just a word, but leverage is power.
This is a suicide pact.
If Diddy goes down, he's taking the sister and the queen with him. But y'all, it gets even more chilling. Diddy claims that in the very last 3 seconds of the leaked tape, right after Nicki signs her name to that compliance contract, she does something unexpected. She doesn't cry. She doesn't look at the floor. She looks directly into the hidden camera lens, and she smiles. Is it a smile of defeat? Or is it a smile that says, I know you're recording, and I have something even better on you? Music turns into a high-pitched ringing sound. We're entering a season of the great exposure. The footage Diddy confirmed is just the first domino. There are more tapes. There are receipts that involve the elites interacting with other artists we see every day. Careers aren't just collapsing, they're being dismantled in public view. And here is the cliffhanger that has the industry shaking. We are getting word of a counterleak. A group of whistleblowers, allegedly linked to Nicki's own security team, claims they have a red folder of their own. A folder that shows exactly which elite board members were present in that room. And y'all, some of those names aren't from Hollywood. They are from the government. They are from the tech world. Was Nicki Minaj a victim? Or was she playing a double game the whole time? We just received an encrypted file, a 10-second audio clip of a phone call that allegedly took place after that Wyoming meeting. In the audio, a woman's voice, sounding remarkably like Nicki, says, "They think they own me now. They have no idea what I just planted in their system." What did she plant? What is the system? And who is the sister that filmed it all? We are processing the metadata as we speak. The queen might be down, but the war has just started. Don't go anywhere because part 2 is already uploading. And trust me, you are not ready for the name we found in the second folder. Y'all, my heart is literally racing. This is the biggest story we have ever covered, and trust me, we are just scratching the surface. Diddy has opened a door that can never be closed again. The footage is real, the receipts are out, and the elites are in full panic mode. But I want to hear from you. Are you still standing with Nicki after this? Do you think she was forced into that room, or was she playing us the whole time? And most importantly, who is the sister celebrity that filmed the betrayal? Drop your theories in the comments right now. I'll be hearting the most insane and detailed ones. We need to piece this puzzle together before they try to take this video down. If you want to be the first to see the part 2 update, where we reveal the names from the Wyoming list and the secret tech mogul connection, you must hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Don't let them keep you in the dark. Like this video to show the industry that we want the truth, no matter how much it hurts.
Stay tuned.
The next update is dropping sooner than you think. And remember, the receipts are forever. I'm out, but the truth is just getting started. See you in part 2.